Good afternoon, traders. I don't always have the time to do this, but when I do, I like to go back and look at the charts that I was trading at the open and see what happened, see how the screener criteria worked out, how did my chart criteria work out. You know, I like to see the price break out above the previous high in order to show strength and increase the probability of a winning trade. So if you look at the video that I made earlier this morning, you can see my trades. I also made a video yesterday about using that chart criteria to increase the probability of your trades working out. So let's take a look at the charts and see what happened after we stopped trading them. So SPCE was the first stock that went on my chart list, and there were no trades for me to take while I was trading because it established a high in the pre-market of 49.50. My trading plan says that the price must break out above that level in order for me to look for an entry. So at the open, a few minutes after the open, it went up to 49.42, so not enough, and then it just sold off. So there were no trades for me to take. And then later on, this was after I was done trading, it did come and break out through that previous high. It went all the way to 49.70. So at that point, if I was trading, I would look for an entry on a 1 minute candle as soon as it made a new high after a pullback, right? So it breaks out through the previous high. This is the pullback. And then the first 1 minute candle to make a new high is right here. So my ideal entry would be 49.26. And then my stop loss would actually be the low of this candle, since if the candle I enter on has a lower range than the previous candle, then I use that as my stop loss. So my stop loss would have been 48.53. My entry, 49.26. I already punched that into the 2-hour calculator, 49.26. Stop loss of 48.53. So the target would be $50.72. So let's see if the target would have gotten hit. Remember, this is our stop loss way down here. So as long as the price doesn't hit the stop loss and continues higher, we're still in the trade. 50.55, 50.80. So on that candle at 10:36, so about 15 minutes later, the trade would have worked out and it would have hit the 2-hour target. So that's just an example. This doesn't always happen. There's no guarantees. There's nothing is 100% in trading. But just another example of how strong the stock could be if it breaks out through its previous high. So on TIGR, that was the signal for my entry. That's one of the trades that I did take. It broke out through the previous high. I took the first entry after the 1 minute candle made a new high right here, and then I got stopped out on that trade, but then I took the second entry because that's what my plan says to do, as long as the point A of the ABCD pattern isn't broken, which is way down here, so obviously it wasn't. So I entered on this candle. My stop loss was below here, and then my 2-hour target was hit by about 3 cents. I think 28.68 was my target, so I got hit, and then that was it. Then it eventually came down through those previous highs and then just sold off. So it got weak after that. So something to that previous high line. And then LAZR, this is the one that did not really work out. It broke out through the previous high, came down, pulled back. I entered for the break of a 1 minute candle on this one. My stop loss was over here. It did go up for a little bit, but never really got anywhere near my 2-hour target. I ended up getting stopped out because this is my stop loss, so I would get stopped out on that candle. And then it gave me one more entry right here. My 2-hour target had not been hit yet on TIGR, so I had to take that entry, and then I got stopped out. And TIGR, the target got hit, so that was the end of trading. So that's why I couldn't take the SPCE trade. And that's it. Macy's, I had missed the entry on. That was near the open. You can see that in the video. And PSFE, I talked a lot about in the live trade recap, so you can check that out to see what I said about that. But again, just showing you, you know, your criteria may be different than mine, but you should have some type of criteria before you even look for a trade that increases the probability of the trade working out. Again, there is nothing that guarantees the trade is going to work out, so you always use your stop loss like I had to do on LAZR. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. I find it interesting to go back and see how these stocks played out later in the day. I know there was a lot of other stocks that came up on the screener throughout the day, but doesn't really matter because I'm not trading throughout the day. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. I've got a couple videos coming out this weekend about my swing trade with SPXL that I'm still in, and also about my trading plan and some slight tweaks that I'm going to make going into next week. So look for those videos, and I'll see you back on Monday for a live trade recap. Have a great weekend, and thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I don't often say that. I try to kind of keep the tone pretty serious in these videos because, hey, we're talking about people's money here. We're day trading, and people are putting their money at risk, and some people really put a lot more at risk than they should. So I try to keep things very serious so that I can help you guys minimize your risk and not lose so much money when you're starting out as a new trader, because it's very risky even for a long-time trader. So anyway, hopefully that makes sense and all this is helpful to you guys. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. And as always, go into every single trade with a plan. Stick to your plan. Take your stop losses. Honor your profit target. And in the long run, you should be green. Take care.